Here's my review of The Santa Clauses Season 2. I thought that this was another really fun, just kind of charming, cute season. And we're just getting to allow for us to spend more time with these characters. With this mainly, it's kind of just like Scott wanting Cal to take over the North Pole and like a lot of training. But there's a lot of other stuff, including like an evil Santa, which yes has been redone in the show or in the movies. But it still seems, I think, fresh enough here, especially because this evil Santa is played by Eric Stonestreet, who's from Modern Family, and I love him in that show. He's my favorite character in Modern Family, so I thought he was great here as well. And he's just kind of over the top in such a perfect way, and he's able to come off as like charming and funny, also genuinely kind of menacing at the same time. So it all just kind of works together in a really nice, kind of like just works together just enough. I mean, of course, all the elves are very charming and fun, intentionally like lighthearted, and there's just a lot of fun to be had. Also, we get to see more of the other holiday figures, like with the Easter Bunny. And there's like a cute little episode where the Easter Bunny, like, he can't deliver the eggs, so then Santa has to do it. And it's just like there's just a lot of fun to be had, I think. And he like has Cal help him. There's just a lot of fun. It's just a fun season. And there's also just a really fun side character, Olga, who's a gnome, like, and she's like one of the evil Santa's henchmen. And she's just a lot of fun. She just talks in this like such over the top accent, and she's so like over the top in terms of like being evil, almost, where it just comes across as just a lot of fun. It's just very charming to be around, and just their interaction, especially because like Eric Stonestreet is just so charming. At least he is in Modern Family, and I would say he brings just the right amount of charm, just the same amount, and he's just as great here. He's honestly just a huge standout. He's just so much fun, and I think his interaction with Olga is just a lot of fun too, especially considering she seems like so over the top in terms of like being like kind of evil and with like her weapons, especially for like essentially just a child. It's just a lot of fun to watch. I think that there's also a lot of great scenes with Betty and Noel, where in this season they basically kind of retire together, and it's just really nice because, like, I mean, elves have done it in the past. I mean, Curtis Bernard, and it's kind of cute, because like over the course of these two seasons, these characters really grow on you. So, just seeing them kind of like basically just retire, get married, and essentially, it's just really cute. And I just think that like this evil Santa is just so over the top, and just his interactions with Olga and just everybody is just a blast to watch, as he's almost making one of his evil schemes, like from the Santa from the past, is almost like making more of a North Pole kind of Christmas thing on the main America. So then, like, they could kind of almost ruin the North Pole and ruin Santa. And it's just a lot of fun. I mean, these interactions, like, when you have, like, such, like, kind of, I guess, almost silly, kind of over-the-top plots, it all boils down to the characters. And I think that, like, Olga and this new Santa is just such a fun combination. I mean, when you just have someone just so over the top, like Eric Stonestreet, and the way how how Olga is just so overly villainous for what is just a gnome. It's just so funny. And there's that constant joke that I feel like you hear in like a lot of like, whether it's like any Christmas movies or shows, or like the elves are always like, "Oh, don't compare me to a gnome," and then the gnomes are like, "Duh, don't compare me to an elf," because they're just so similar in terms of like idea of them. But they're just a lot of fun. All their interactions are. And it does, when you watch this season though, it feels so weird because the whole first season was Scott wanting to find an heir, basically. And in this season, he doesn't find one as well. He just decides to continue being Santa Claus. And I mean, we're getting a season 3, so of course it makes sense. But it feels weird because you could watch it and it almost feels like, I mean, you didn't really get what you wanted, and it just kind of feels weird. But I would say, I mean, this season I would say it's like just as good. I would say, I don't know, I might have liked it a little more just because I found the interactions between these two in particular just so much fun. I mean, I just think that they're so over the top in just the best ways, and I just thought it allowed for just these awesome character interactions. It just made it hilarious. So yeah, I think that this is another really solid season. I mean, it's just a really fun show to watch, and there's not really don't really have much complaints. There's also a lot of fun scenes with like Sandra. This is low quality image though, where she kind of finds out she has witch powers, and then her working with the witch from the North Pole. It's just a lot of fun. There's just like it's just a fun show to watch, whether it's like with the Easter Bunny or with the evil Santa, and of course Olga. That interaction is great. It's just a cute, fun show, and I just think that it's just got a lot of laughs, just enough of everything. It's just a solid show. I thought it was pretty good. I'd say it's basically the same as season one in terms of quality. They're both kind of the same, but they're both fun.